All right, all right, all right. Hey, everyone. Thank you for joining me, DebraSue with Toledo to the World. Happy to see you all on all the platforms that we are on, are being hosted on, including a Roku, a YouTube, Facebook with DebraSue, Facebook with Glass City Talent, Facebook with Toledo to the World, Instagram and YouTube, so forth and so on. Today I am very, very happy to welcome to the stage one of Toledo's finest, one of Toledo's songstresses, one of Toledo's favorite people, Carmen Miller. Hey, Carmen.
How are you?
I'm very, very well. Thank you very, very much. And thank you so much for joining the platform today.
I'm glad.
Carmen has been on the Toledo scene for quite some time now. And she is, in my opinion, probably one of the few people that I think everybody knows. I think most people follow Carmen either personally or professionally. And I have followed Carmen for quite some time now. And I'm happy to say that I can call her a friend now.
Yeah,
And we can also call her a friend to the show. But Toledo and the rest of the world, welcome to the platform, Carmen Miller. Carmen, listen, let's just hop right into the show because I know you've been doing this for a while.
yeah.
Let me first ask you: has singing been a thing for you your entire life, or is this something you hopped into by happenstance?
This has been my life since I was 4 years old. I have a LLC called Since I Was Four. I started singing in the church choir in Detroit, Michigan.
Oh wow!
First Glory Missionary Baptist Church. I was in the Sunshine Choir at 4 years old. And I've always sang, and it is the joy of my life. My,
Is this something that your family encouraged you to do, or is this
oh,
something everyone in the family did?
Everybody in my family is pretty much musical. My mother, in fact, was one of the Jackson girls up
Mhm.
in Detroit, Michigan, and she sang, and I just kind of am following in her footsteps.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, I got that. I have a singing background too. I think we have a lot in common, and even just prior to the show starting in our chat room, I see we do have a lot in common. I just took a little bit of a different turn with my career, but now that I'm back into the music scene, I feel your passion for what you do, which is why I'm so happy that I can talk to you. One thing I want to ask you is, what kind of obstacles have you overcome to pursue your career? Because we all have had them. I had to stop for a while because I had school, and then the career got going and kind of took everything over with. What's been your biggest obstacle with regard to progressing in your career?
well, I would say probably in terms of obstacles, I was a very young mom, and I raised my kids, but I always wanted them to know that they could follow their dreams. So being as they were growing up, I was kind of compelled to get back and dip my toe back into singing professionally because I wanted them to see that, even though you do what you have to do, you can
Hmm.
do what you want to do.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So speaking of your children, is that something you want to encourage your children to get into?
Oh my God, all my kids are musical.
Okay.
On my last album, my son produced one of my tracks and he appeared on it. Um, my oldest is Tone M out of New York City, and he also has appeared on and produced for major label artists like Kamal. And
Wow.
uh, my younger son is GXD Damn Ace.
We get it. They're grown now.
you know Projects out. He's streaming all over all the streaming platforms. And my baby girl is Havoc, Mother of God, and she is an MC as well.
Okay. So you don't have any babies left at home.
No, just my grandson, who is the light of my world.
Uh-huh. And is he showing signs of the same kind of talent?
He absolutely does sing.
Yeah. My grandkids do too, and I'm actually we sit in the car and we're working on harmony now,
Oh,
and
wow.
I mean, they caught it like right away, and I'm like, "Oh, wait
I
a minute! They
know.
need to get in the studio over
Right?
here," you know.
He's 5 years old, and his favorite song is "I Believe I Can Fly," and when he sings it, he brings me to tears.
Aw, that's too cute. Well, you had something to do with it. Does he call you Nana or Grandma?
Oh, I am grandma with a hard maw. I'm old.
I love that. I love that. So how did you get the support? You know, once we kind of leave from home and our family, how did you get the support from your significant spouse? You know, because a lot of times you got to be mom, you got to be wife, you got to
Right.
be house taker and care all of that. How's that work for you?
Well, I'll tell you what, my husband's great because we've been together since we were in high school.
Oh,
Celebrated our 30th anniversary, and
nice. Congratulations.
he has always known that this is a passion of mine. As a matter of fact, I got to go way back. Um, he, he actually encouraged me to join my first band when I started singing with East River Drive a billion years ago. He was the one who saw the ad in the paper and made me answer it.
Wow. Nice. Nice. Now, you know, you and I have a pretty significant background in singing. How many bands have you been with so far? Can you count?
Ooh. I'll tell you my musical journey. My musical journey
Okay.
started out professionally as a like hook girl back in the 90s. My
Mm-hmm.
brother was Mr. International, and he had a charting record with this song called Tamika and Remy and Alizé. I don't know if you remember those tunes, but they were
Mm-hmm.
back in the 90s, and I
Mm-hmm.
was the hook girl.
Okay.
And after that, I joined a girl group called Exact. Um, and we did a lot in the 90s as well. We sing at the same time as Laid Back and those groups back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, I kind of thought, it was going to wind down and just, focus on just working, being mom.
Mm-hmm.
It's been found East River Drive, and I sang with them for almost 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was an amazing run.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the greatest musicians, they were like my training ground here in professional music.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, Tantric Soul, which became Vertigo. And then I spent about 7 years with Overton Project.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What a significant person the
Oh
Overtons
my God.
period are.
Him every day. He
Mhm.
probably forgot more music than most people will ever know. He was
Yeah,
like a legend, a
absolutely.
real training ground for me as far as
Mhm.
professionalism and being able to just perform. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
And
believe it or not, my very first performance was I played with him and his brother and it was back in high school and from that point forward we've been friends ever since and I just think he's such a significant talent and was and is and will continue to be and he's got a pretty talented family too. So happy to see the legacy continue, you know. So Carmen, let me ask you this. You have uh, uh how do I want to say this? You have a church background.
yeah,
Okay, because I don't want to be delicate because you know you and
girl,
I are
you
probably
go there.
okay. How do you make that transition? Because you know, my mom, she wasn't all that happy, you know, either, but it
I
was like, you know, I personally let me answer my own question. This is how I try to explain things. Um, I do not get into anything that bothers my conscience,
gotcha. Yeah.
you know, and if it does I won't do the performance. Or back then I wouldn't do the performance, and I've kind of worked that way my whole life, and
You have
music is
have to
god-given.
have to navigate your yeses and your nos and be
Yes.
mindful of how you want to be viewed. I will say this. I was a worship leader for a long time. And I will say this: the ministry itself never leaves you.
Mhm.
You know, you take your anointing everywhere you go.
Yep.
I've been known to pray with people in the club bathroom,
Mhm.
and they will tell you
Mhm.
it's really something that is in you. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So
Mhm.
I believe that, the way that I am and the light that I carry, I take it everywhere that I go. And I'm called into dark places. I'm
Yeah.
called into clubs. I'm called into everybody has a ministry, and it's different for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm called to those places to where I can be that light in that place. You know
There
what I
you
mean?
go. I like that explanation. I do.
Yeah.
I have when I came out of the actual performing of, at venues and got into the management of it. I had at one time 19 people that I managed, not just here in Toledo, but in Detroit
Nice.
and some and outside of Toledo. And I had to go I had to go to some places to,
Yep,
to
yep.
get my artists in, and it's just a matter of maintaining your decorum and staying professional at all times, and I thank God every single day that I've got into the spaces that I got into as an older female. Because stardom doesn't phase me, the popularity it doesn't phase me now, whereas maybe as a younger woman it would have, so I'm
We've
able to
all,
maintain.
well, you know what I mean? And
Hmm.
the beauty of my walk, I've always had the covering of my husband, which is
Hmm.
to the point where I've never been in a position where I've been, uh tempted to be outside of my character.
Right.
And
Yes.
that is a blessing in itself as
That's a
well.
blessing. It is a blessing. Yes. Well, now that I got a little bit of personal background on you, let's talk about let's get back to the professional.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about the immediate upcoming event that we have.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Friendly Center means so much to me, and it means so much to the community. When I was asked to do this, this was something that, for me, it touches a place where I actually worked at the Friendly Center ages ago. It was one of my first jobs, and it was a place where I saw a lot of good things being done, a
Yes.
lot of good, and a lot of like community outreach
Mm-hmm.
to a underserved community. And the Friendly Center is one of those places, it's a fixture to the point where people count on the
That's
service
right.
that are provided there.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I sit on the board that helps to manage the Friendly Center right now. And we are in a situation where we're actually doing some capital campaign raising for the Friendly Center and the programs that goes on over there. Shout out to Reggie Williams over there, our program director, who's bringing in all kind of great programs. We had the feeding program today and every Thursday, and then next Tuesday. And he and Shawanda Johnson.
She's
Forgot her. I forgot her married name, but Shawanda, the famed lady. I call her the famed lady. They had a great big book bag giveaway not long ago and gave almost 300, I think over 300 book bags away. It just goes to show you that there is a need in the community, right? There's a need for the children, to help the kids and the moms and the families and the women over there.
and that's one of the things that make it so important for us to be involved and for people to support, because here's the thing, there's a lot of programs that are being cut. There's a lot of
Hmm.
funding that's missing for those programs. We have to bridge that gap. We have to
Yes.
plan and really support our kids, because
Hmm.
here's nobody else is going to do this for
That's
us.
right.
We've got to do it. And
Absolutely.
this city has so much talent, so
Hmm.
many untapped resources when it comes to these kids and their talents and their promise. You know,
Hmm.
someone's got to be willing to give what it takes to develop those things and to nurture those things.
Absolutely, absolutely. And thank you, Xanders. It is Shawanda Clark.
What?
This Clark, I don't know, it was on my brain earlier because she's such a sweet girl and she does her thing, but she's been so famously known as Shawanda Johnson for so long, and she's just newly married. So, and her
Right.
husband is Tops as well. So I apologize, you guys, for getting
Mrs.
the last name.
Clark.
But you're absolutely right. So everyone out there that's listening to the sound of our voices, we are actually hoping that you all feel the same that we do. And we do have this show coming up. It's going to be the last Sunday of this month, the 28th of September, over at Toledo Spirits on Summit Street. And it is ticket required. The tickets are for sale over at Eventbrite, and you'll see Just look under Fifth Annual Vistula Music Jazz Festival, and you can grab a ticket, or you can come to the door. The door is just $5 more. So, but we would like to get as many people in to help celebrate not just a friendly center, but jazz music and Carmen Miller and Arthur Bishop. We did want to mention Arthur Bishop, Toledo saxophonist, will also be accompanying Carmen Miller.
Listen, Arthur and I, we go way back because when I say Tantric Soul, he was in that band with me
Oh wow. Okay.
times. We used to play at out at the Funny Bone, and I'm telling you, we had amazing times. So I can't wait to see him again and to play with him again. It's gonna
Yeah.
be fun.
I am absolutely just enthralled with him. He's done several shows for me. He did the Jazz Fest last year as well. And then when we were over at the FDDC not long ago, well, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, we did a couple shows over there with Frank Wright as well. So he's been a favorite of mine for a long time, actually.
He is very good people.
Yes, he is. So we're going to have Carmen on the show. Carmen, talk to me about the kind of performance you're going to put on. What can we look forward to?
Well, I'm not bringing my band this time. So I'm going to be doing some classic favorites, a lot of the smooth jazz that we come to love, some R&B, a little bit of everything, old school, new school. With me, no school rules.
Right. I love that. I can't wait to see you. I've seen you many times, and every time I just enjoy your performance. So you guys come on out and get a gander at this lovely lady and listen to her lovely voice, and get to know her. She's here. She's a Toledo staple, and she performs everywhere. So if you haven't seen her, I don't know what rock you've been under, but Carmen has been Carmen has been everywhere, and we're so pleased to have her at the fifth annual Vistula Music Jazz Fest coming up. In 2.5 weeks now.
I am excited and I can't wait to see everybody. You guys be sure to get your tickets, come out, celebrate the Friendly Center, enjoy the music. It's going to be a vibe.
That's right. It's always a vibe. It's got to be a vibe, or we just aren't doing it. It's a vibe. So so Carmen, what's next on the agenda for you? Or we have new music coming out? Where's your next performance? Let's talk about that.
Actually, I'm doing some recording right now with
Mhm.
Push.fm. I'm doing a lot of stuff for TV, that a lot of placements. I'm also doing coming up this coming weekend on Saturday. I'll be doing the family reunion out at Levitt's Commons for our LGBTQIA kids and the Black LGBTQIA kids who are usually left out of different, pride events and things like that. I extend my love to everybody because you just never know what people are going through. You know what I
That's
mean?
true. That's
So you
very true.
always have to open your heart and be able to share your gifts.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
I absolutely know what you mean. We have such a tough time with the people's mentality now. It's a lot of mental stress on people right now. So we actually never know when we can say something kind to someone, or we can put our arms around somebody and save a life, or something of that nature. That actually happened
That is
to me. It did happen to me, and I actually stopped and put my arms around someone, and they asked me to pray for them. I did. They came back 3 days later and told me that saved their life. They were on their way to commit suicide. So I'm a true believer in what you just said.
absolutely. And
If
that's
you
one of the things that I really think that music bridges gaps. Music bridges gaps that words cannot. Music bridges
Absolutely.
gaps that our isms cannot.
Mhm.
So it is always so important to share whatever art, whatever you have, the gifts that you have, to share
Yes.
with people with love. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Absolutely, absolutely. And this is why I just love you so much. You're full of knowledge, but you're full of love too, and it's very, very evident. You are a light. You have a light, and it's very evident. And so I'm so happy to know you, and I'm just happy to know you, girl. And I wish you nothing but success. I seriously do mean that.
Likewise, you know what, Deb? we have been in the same circles for a long time, but I'm so glad we finally got a chance to really have a conversation. This feels good.
It feels very good. It really does. Okay, guys, we're at our 6:22 hour. Before we leave off, we have a half hour show. We only have 7 minutes left. Carmen, let's talk about where folks can find you, your platforms, and your music, and your albums, and your Spotify's, and so forth and so
Awesome.
on.
Well, I am on all streaming platforms. You can also find me at www.carmenmillermusic.com to find out where my next shows are and whatever's going on in Carmen world.
I love that. I absolutely love. You guys be sure to check out Carmen. Go check out her page, check out her music. I guarantee you will not be disappointed. And if you'd like to come see her live, please plan on doing so. We're doing this in an effort to give a little boost over to the Friendly Center of Toledo, Ohio. We'll have folks in the house. Reggie Williams is going to be there. Arthur Bishop is going to be performing. Reggie is, of course, our program director over at the Friendly Center. I'll be there. So come on out and say hey to DebraSue. Come out, shake my hand, give me a hug, whatever. Don't get too carried away. But yeah, we'll all be there. We'll all
I
be
know.
there to have a good time together. Come with your grown suit on and your grown people's attitude on. If you have anything other than that, please stay home, okay? Because we're there to have a good time and to get to know one another, get to know new people, and to listen to some good music and eat some good food, and just to bring back the times that we all used to know. It is a 21 and over event, everyone. So if you're 21 under 21, don't show up, okay? Because it's a 21 and over event. It is a grown and sexy situation. So please dress appropriately. We don't want to turn anybody away, but we're looking so forward to having friends and having our Toledo folks and otherwise. I know some of you people up in Detroit that follow me. Come on down and have a good time
Right.
with us.
I
We
want to
used
see
to have,
all my bones people up there.
that's right. And Carmen's been there many times, so you all know who she is. And I did shows every month up there at the Bullfrog. So come on down, Detroit. Come on down and join us over at Toledo Spirits on Summit Street near downtown on the 28th from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Get your tickets at Eventbrite because it will be higher at the door to get in. Carmen, it's a pleasure having you on. We're going to wrap up our show. Please be sure to join me in the coming weeks. I'm going to have a previous NBA player on.
Okay.
The announcement, I believe, is up on my page, but if not, please check out my page. We're going to have some really great questions. We've got a lot of professional athletes from Toledo that I am discovering. I didn't know we had as many professional
Yeah.
folks from Toledo, and some of them are still here. And so we want to honor these people. We want to talk and see what their lives are like and what they're into now. So be sure to join me for the upcoming episode of Toledo Tour with DebraSue. In the meantime, everyone, please have a good evening. Carmen, thank you again. Hugs
Thank
for coming on. And I'll see you when I see you, okay?
you. Bye now.
Thanks, guys. Bye bye.